Ion and I are up on a hill overlooking Bog Hot Springs in the northwestern corner of Nevada right now. We've been practicing our social distancing since that's such a thing right now. Uh, Down there, it's the main part of the springs. It's probably like six or so campers, maybe seven. See another one that looks like it pulled in last night. There's been a pretty good number of people here, a few large families. Um, a lot more people than I thought there was going to be, considering how far out we are on the 140. I mean, we're almost into Oregon. Uh, I think Adel, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but Adel, Oregon is probably about 70 or 80 miles further west. There's our campsite down there. I've noticed, I mean, there's a ton of volcanic activity around here. I mean, it's with the hot springs and all along the eastern Oregon, Idaho borders, all sorts of hot springs. But I wasn't expecting to find so much obsidian out here. That's really cool. I've never really found it as abundant as I have here. And it's just all over the ground. I haven't really found any good I don't know if you'd call them nodules, spheres, like uh like Apache tears. I found a couple nice round glossy pieces, but mostly they've just been these shards, already broken off of some bigger piece or whatnot. Um, Yesterday, Ion and we started down there. I walked along this hill, not that hill, this hill here. Went down, I don't know, right about to the hot springs where they kind of start. Then we went over the backside of it and walked back down that way. Right about to this hill right there. We came around the backside of that and then out and around. There's like these sand pits over there. That was kind of cool. I didn't have my phone with me at the time. It's been pretty nice not having any service where we are. Over there, I think you get a little bit of phone service, but on our side of the land, there ain't nothing, which is great. I hate phones. But on the back side of those hills, I found these they really look like bones. I don't know what they are. I'll have to take some pictures later. But they look like bone fragments. Maybe this is one. Nah. But they're definitely rock. I mean, it's hard as rock. The outside kind of has the look of like petrified wood. The inside has this porous, spongy looking texture. But like I said, it's rock. It's most definitely rock, and it's scattered all throughout that valley in between the far butte and then this hillside here, and then all the way down. It's all over the ground. I didn't find any obsidian over there really. Maybe a couple little random pieces. So I've come up with a theory. Now I can't really know for sure, but I believe that was the volcano. Trying to look around at stuff. It appears like that would be the caldera. You know, the top of it got blown off. And if everything came out and went this way, that would explain why I'm not finding much on let me think, would that be the south side? Because that's east and that's west. Kind of something like that. Yeah. So I guess the north side. I'm not finding anything like obsidian or much volcanic material on the north side. It's almost all specifically facing the like southeast. So leads me to believe that that's the volcano. I don't know what that peak is called. I wish I had a good map. Been kind of just driving almost blind. I mean, I know where I'm going. I know how to get there, but I don't know the names of a lot of these places. I just know they're there, which, I mean, names don't really matter. What's the name besides just what we call something? I have like 4 names. I only really go by one of them, though. Ion. That's the only name he's got. Sometimes I call him Bitch Dog because he doesn't like to listen all the time. But he's a good dog. He does all the things. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of steam coming up from down there. It's basically just a creek that comes out of the ground some point over here, then runs all the way down. And it's got to be close to 100 degrees. I mean, it was really nice yesterday when I went in. It's a little chilly now. I should have went and soaked for a bit, but figured I wanted to get an early morning hike in. My goal was to go out to the base of this ridge line that I've been driving along the last few hours of my driving. You know, the road to get in here, just right over there where the hills kind of lower down into this grassy desert plain. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't had much to explore. Been kind of setting everything up. Just kind of chilling out. I mean, deserts are cool, but once you've seen a square mile of it, you've almost seen every other square mile of it. It's just sagebrush and grass, and I don't know what these goat head thorn things are, but they're no fun. They're just terrible. Ion's been getting them stuck in his paws and all over the house, but whatever. Nature's great. I'd much rather be getting jabbed in the foot by fucking needles than, thorns, than sitting in town somewhere wondering if I'm gonna die of some fucked up sickness that everybody's getting. I'm kind of hoping that whenever we get out of here and back into civilization, that everything's just falling apart. It's already falling apart, but you know, going back to the way it should be. at least the way I think it should be, pre-industrial revolution, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what I really want out of the world. I just know I want to live. I want to see stuff. I want to grow my own food. Can't stand having to buy all this bullshit from grocery stores that I don't want to give any money to. You know, like the only reason I frequent them so much is because I have to. Like I can't grow a sufficient amount of food in my RV. I mean, I can't really grow anything in my RV. Could maybe turn the back bumper into like a bed with a cover on it or so. But what am I gonna get? Like three potato plants, like whatever. It's not even worth it. I mean, it would be fresh ground potatoes or tomatoes or whatever I could put on that bumper would be great. But it ain't gonna last very long. A day, 2 days. When I walked outside right around sunrise, there was I think it was a pack of wolves. It didn't sound like coyotes. I couldn't see them, but they were on the butte on the back side of our campsite. And it was a lot throatier, like deeper of a howl than what you'd hear with a pack of coyotes. And it started out just like the one of them and built up. There's probably about 5 or 6 that I could distinguish out of each individual vocalization. But who knows, maybe it was just a pack of coyotes, but I like to think that they were wolves. We actually found a dead wolf were we still in Utah, where we went and found the aragonite when we were looking for the ghost town. There was a very big wolf. It was completely white, whitish gray, but just like out in the middle of nowhere. Fucking, I don't know how it died. I didn't see any bullet holes. I didn't flip it over to look at the other side, but it was pretty fresh, considering it was bloated and full of flies. I've never seen I've seen wolves up close. There's a Garden of the Gods in Colorado, and they do it's like wolf walk or whatever. You can pay like $400 or $300 to walk these wolves from their rescue or whatnot. Like I got to hang out with one of them because the tour was stopping for lunch. That was neat. It's kind of scary though. I was sitting on a table smoking a joint, and like they I guess it got loose from whoever was walking it, but it ran up to me real quick, like jumped up on the table and got eye level with me and just like laid down and like wanted me to pet it. Fucking. But when it was running at me, I almost pissed myself. I mean, I've never seen anything that big coming at me that fast. It was intimidating. It was a lot more intimidating than the cow that charged at me in Ion at Stansbury Island. We coming down from the trail, there was a herd kind of surrounding our campsite, eating their grasses and whatnot, just like doing cow things. And most of them kind of walked out of the way whenever we came down, But there was this one big black female, and she did not want to let us pass. I stopped, and she kind of put her head down. I backed up a couple steps. I tried to tell her, like, I just want to go home. Like, you're standing in front of my house. Like, that's mine. And she did not give two shits. Like, she just reared back and fucking ran. And then when she started running at us, like, I turned and tried to go up the hill, but she caused a fucking stampede of like 20 more cows. I was on the other side of the hill, so as soon as I got to the top of the hill, here comes like 20 full grown cattle running at me. So I had to turn around and go up a different hill. And it was like terrifying, man. It was so scary. Ion was being a little bitch. He ran up the hill and like sat on top of a rock and just watched it all happen. He didn't even do nothing to try to protect me. But I guess he's kind of a small dog. What's he gonna do against like 20 cows? He doesn't know how to hurt them. So it was definitely an interesting experience. I've been followed by mountain lions. I've had dogs attack us. Had to deal with. That was kind of sad, but fuck you if you got a dog and it's aggressive and you don't know how to control it. Like, I have no remorse about what I had to do. Ion got fucked up real good, though. He got a bite on his leg, and it healed up well. Some little chunks of stuff. It's like my favorite game I play. Just walk around, stare at the ground for hours. It's an interesting hobby to have. Find the cool stuff. Maybe make some jewelry out of it. Do art, whatever. Ow. Fucking kneeling down on one of these thorn bushes. Doesn't feel good. Tricky thing about being in the desert is distance. Like, if I remember right, the road from, like, you turn off of the 140 to the hot springs is probably maybe 2 miles. But that looks a lot farther than 2 miles. Like the base of those mountains, and I mean, I still got this little hill to get over. But that looks a lot more than 2 miles. Yesterday we probably walked, I don't know, 10 maybe. We went all over. It was probably 3 or so hours, 3.5, 4 hours. I do kind of like the desert though, because if you just want to walk, you can put some distance in, and it's flat for the most part. Little rolling hills, some mountains every now and then, but I could just walk forever back to, I guess all the way to the border of Idaho and Nevada, way out there, they probably walk unobstructed. There's not a whole lot going on in northern Nevada. Not even like farms really out here. I mean, there is a farm. I think we passed it on the way in here, but other than the rest stop, I can't even remember seeing anything like houses or ranches along the way. Once we got off of the 95, I think the last semblance of civilization was Denio Junction. And I'm not even sure if they were open. I mean, can't get many customers out here. Maybe people that live in the area, but the occasional RVer that goes through. But there's nothing at all. Good place to escape the world whenever the apocalypse is here, I guess. Not much to grow food though. I think I'm gonna stay here for a while till we need some more supplies and go stock up and maybe find a spot where we can just stay semi-indefinitely, out of the way. Maybe try to grow some stuff, get some food going, and then we can just not come down from our hidey hole until all this is done. It's just a thought anyway. I mean, I'm not so much worried as like Cheyenne is. Like, I don't want to get sick. Can't get the baby sick. But I don't know. Shit happens. It's just all part of the sequence. We've grown so big. It's time for a mass kill off of the what do they call that? Culling the herd. Fucking get rid of all the sick and weak ones. People who can't survive. The people who are buying fucking 200 rolls of toilet paper and like buying out the grocery stores. Yeah, those people, those are the ones that are not gonna do well when it comes down to it. Like, so, I don't know if you noticed this fence here. I believe the sign I saw said that's the Sheldon Wildlife Refuge. Walked through there yesterday. Not a whole lot going on. It's pretty though. It's definitely pretty. But I like changes in view and scenery. I like to look at a hill like, I'm gonna conquer that, and then do it, and then look out the other side and be like, I'm gonna conquer that one too, till eventually you're like 10 miles away from where you were. That's the shit I like. I mean, there's this is kind of hilly over here, but the other side of the road, that goes down. It's very flat. Like there's like a line of buttes, and then a line behind that, and then a line behind that. But it's just flat. It's very flat. It's kind of going back to what I was saying about all of the obsidian being on the north side of these hills. If I was down walking by the campsite where it's facing the supposed volcano, I'd be bending down every other step to pick something up, and there's some nice big pieces. I mean, I've filled a little box up with some cool stuff. So far, it's been a really good trip. We tried to go look for some things while we were in Colorado, and just couldn't find a fucking thing. Found a ton of digs where other people were. A little bullshit quartz. Nothing great though, nothing terminated, and it was just like big chunks of the fuck, I can't remember the name of it, you know, where the bottom of the crystals meet like the granite and all that. Just like that milky quartz. You know, the stuff that's everywhere. Broken off of the mountain, bigger boulders that rolled down and weathered away. Which is part of the reason why I left. Like I'm pretty good at finding things. You know, whatever. I always find what I'm looking for. A lot of times I find things I'm not looking for. But Colorado was just terrible. Like every time I went out, never a fucking thing. The moment I leave, the moment I decided to start this journey up again, like I started finding all sorts of stuff. It was so nice. I mean, the fossils, like there's a bone, that jaw, some type of, like the hip. No, I don't even know what that is, honestly. There's bones all over out here, fucking owl pellets. Those are always fun. I like the little, tiny vertebrae. Sometimes you'll find a good jawbone with the teeth still in it. It's probably some type of mole or something. But there's just so much to look at in nature. It's not the case in the civilized world. And who needs money when there's no one to fucking give your money to buy things? It's just us and the world. That's weird. Is that a mule? Looks like a mule. Some more bones over there. Makes you wonder, did this guy fucking get stuck? He had to have gotten stuck. That sucks. That's sad. And if he did get stuck, where's the rest of him? Because I am an avid collector of bones. Got elk skulls, sheep skulls, all kinds of deer. I actually have a deer hoof. I don't know if I want to take that though. It might be a little moist still. There's some stuff. Vertebrae. A lot of vertebrae, but no skulls. Ribs. It's almost like he got stuck and then the coyotes or wolves or whatever just tore him apart.